Hey everybody, I'm Jack Rita. I'm one of the designers on the CHOAM and Richese expansion for the 2019 edition of the classic Dune board game, published by Gale Force 9. So this CHOAM and Richese expansion, this is the second expansion that we've done for this game. The first one was Ixians and Tleilaxu. The CHOAM and Richese expansion comes with two new factions, CHOAM and Richese, and two other variants that are in there. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about one of those variants, and that is the advanced Stronghold cards. So there are 6 of these, one for each stronghold, counting the Ixian's Hidden Mobile Stronghold, which comes in the first expansion. So the way that these work is at the end of a game turn, if you control a stronghold, being the sole occupant there, not counting advisors, then you get the corresponding stronghold card. So there's one for each of the strongholds, as I said, and these cards will confer to you a home field advantage when you have a battle there on a subsequent turn. So they're really simple to use. They're not a complicated thing. So I'm going to cover what each of them does and talk a little bit about the artwork as well. So we're going to start with Arakene. So this is the Arakene Stronghold card, and the artwork there you can see in the background, that's the shield wall. And the dark rocky range there is Rimwall West. So it's a really narrow strip of territory on the board. It's a territory, by the way, that is not on the Dune Conquest, or otherwise known as Movie Dune version of Dune board. The map is very similar, but it's not identical, and that's one of the changes there. So the effect for the Arakene Stronghold card is that when you are paying spices for forces in battles here, 2 spice is paid by the spice bank automatically. So in advanced combat, each of your forces is only worth a half a point in strength. And then you can spend a spice for another half a point up to the number of your forces. So in this case, you're going to have 2 of your forces are going to count as full strength without you having to spend any spice at all. And by the way, one of the advanced effects that CHOAM has for their faction is they actually collect half of the spice paid for forces in battles. So they would actually get 1 of that spice at the end of that battle. So, and this is the reason why that these are advanced stronghold cards. And it's just that Arakene one. That's the only one. The other cards you could use in basic. And maybe one of these days, Gale Force 9 will let us do like a promo card for a basic version of the Arakene card. But for now, they are just for advanced play. So that's what the Arakene card does. Our next one is Carthag. And you can kind of see that it's there's an ornithopter flying there in the background. And one of the little Easter eggs here is that building there looks a lot like something from the Jodorowsky Dune. It's actually a H.R. Giger design for one of the buildings for that movie. And so it's a little Easter egg for fans of Dune as a whole concept. So the Carthag card, the way it works is if you control that stronghold and you have this card, if you do not play a poison weapon in a battle here, any non-poison defense you play counts as a snooper as well. So for instance, if you play a shield, it also is going to count as a snooper. So it's like having the shield snooper, which is a card from the first expansion. And thematically, this was just, the Carthag was the seat of power for when the Harkonnens ruled Arrakis for decades. And so the idea being that the place was just crawling with snoopers because the Baron was pretty paranoid. And so that's what that's all about there. So it's you are dug in there pretty well if you control Carthag. It's going to be hard to kill your leaders in battle. So let's move on to Sietch Tabr. So, and you see the entrance to Tabr has been carved to look like Shai Hulud. So this is just a stronghold card. When you win battles here, you collect spice from the spice bank for the number that your opponent dials rounded down. So, and the reasoning behind this is they've got a nice death still somewhere in the deep recesses of Tabr, and they're going to render the victims down for their water. So yeah, you're going to collect spice for that number. So the higher that your opponent dials, if you win that battle there, the more spice you're going to get in that battle. All right, our next one is Habanasich, and it's a little hard to pick out there, but there's a little guy walking towards the entrance to the siege, and if you look closely at his footsteps, you can see that he's been walking without rhythm, and in the background, the Coriolis Storm is bearing down on that siege. So this effect for this one, if you control it, is you win ties here, despite Storm Order or Juice of Sappho. Juice of Sappho is one of the new special treachery cards that the Richese have to sell. And the way that card works is that you're able to go first or win ties, essentially. But the Habanasich card here for the advanced strongholds supersedes that. So you will win ties there. That's your advantage for battles there. Next, we have CHOAM. There you can see that there's an ornithopter outside. You can see the 2 moons, and the crates have the guild symbol on there. The effect here is you're going to collect 2 spice from the spice bank for each worthless card you play in battles here. So again, a lot of the times you're probably not going to be able to use that, but it's a nice little extra bonus if you do happen to have a worthless card. You're at least getting something for playing them and getting them out of your hand. And then finally, we have the hidden Ixian mobile stronghold here. And sharp-eyed viewers will be able to tell that this is actually polar sink territory up there, and there's a spice blow down there. And if you look at the map, there's only one place on the board this could be, and it's Wind Pass North. So the effect here, if you control the Ixian's hidden mobile stronghold, is that you get to copy the stronghold advantage of your choice for any other stronghold that you control, declaring which one you're using before battle plans are made. So most of the time, this is a card that's not going to have any effect at all. But once you have another stronghold, then you're going to be able to use that stronghold's ability. And if you happen to be controlling 3 of them, well, congratulations, you're winning the game. But maybe you're in alliance, so that's really the only time you're going to have a choice between a couple of strongholds, is if you do occupy, say you occupy the Ixian's hidden mobile stronghold, as well as Tuaxich and Arakene. In a battle in the stronghold for the mobile stronghold, you'll be able to use either of the other 2 effects when you have that battle. So pretty unusual that you'll get any use out of that. But some stranger things have been known to happen in a game of Dune. So that's it. It's a real simple and easy variant to add into the game for a little extra spiciness, as we like to say. And maybe one of these days we will do a basic version of the Arakene one. I haven't really thought too much about what that will be yet, but if we do have a promo, then opportunity to do one, we'll definitely put something out there for that effect. So that's this video, a short one. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon.